Welcome to FTC Recap, where you get the breakdown and discussion of what's going on in the FTC community. From First Updates Now, I'm Ishan. Joining me are Peter and Abbas. Let's get right into the headlines for today.
Giving you a voice.
Making it loud our own way.
Welcome to the fun.
We would like to thank our friends at Stryker for supporting fun so we can continue to make content for you. Stryker makes some of the most revolutionary medical equipment and is a big supporter of FIRST and its participants. If you are looking for an internship or career that supports you being in FIRST, check out careers.stryker.com to learn more. If you're on an FRC or FTC team and you're currently meeting safely in person and have a functional robot, we'd love to have you on our Behind the Bots or Behind the Bumper segments. Go ahead and reach out to us on any of our social channels, on Discord, or send us an email at admin@firstupdatesnow.com, and let's get your team scheduled to be on First Updates Now.
Our first headline of the night is about the 2021 First Global Challenge, which just began about 2 weeks ago, and it's a 12-week program with 3 phases and over 160 teams and countries competing. I know in the past it's been the Inspire winner from either the Houston or Detroit championship that represents the U.S. in this challenge, so I wonder who it is this year because I couldn't find any clear information about it. I know that 9879 Root -1 represented the U.S. in 2019 and 2020, and I think it's also important to note that the challenge is virtual this year.
So a couple of cool things with this challenge. There's actually 3 challenges, and one of them is like the Solution Challenge, which is basically the FLL project, except a little bit broader. And because it's high schoolers, they can do a lot more in their local communities. There's also a CubeSat Challenge, which is very interesting that First Global is bringing in a competition that hasn't typically been associated with First. CubeSat's been a competition for high schoolers for a long time. You pretty much build like a small satellite and you launch it up into orbit. So that's a really cool challenge. And then they obviously have a robotics challenge, which is going to be using the Rev Robotics kit like they've had in previous years. So interesting change of scenery for them. And it's nice to see that they're kind of working with what they have and being able to give students the opportunity to play with Arduinos, something like you wouldn't be able to do in First.
Yeah. So first is held the FTC Virtual Awards Celebration, which revealed the Dean's List winners and gave recognition to the Winning Alliance captains / highest ranked teams from the respective regions. This somewhat took the place of Worlds, where the Dean's List winners would have been revealed there, and of course there would have been a competition. So a huge shout out to all of those Dean's List winners who do so much hard work on their teams.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next year. I know last time we talked about that First has already booked like the convention center dates and everything, so it's really reassuring to see that information.
Yeah, well, one of the things I really liked how they kept Dean's List and they kept Promote and they kept Compass. But unlike FRC, where you had some virtual challenges, one of the things in FRC that stayed consistent was they gave out a chairman's award. They gave out somebody to get into the Hall of Fame. They could have definitely done something like that with some virtual judging for FTC, and all the regions were prepped for virtual judging. So I don't know why they decided not to do where they could have all the Inspire Award winners at the state championships go up to the world championship level and compete for Inspire at the world championship level. I guess it's because normally at Worlds, everybody is eligible for Inspire, but I think they could have definitely made something work to give somebody that Hall of Fame access. Because it's such an awesome experience. And by taking a year off, they are effectively taking 2 teams away from not winning that Inspire Award that could definitely have an impact on their lives.
Yeah.
All right. FTC just released a video about queuing in FTC. In the video, they have a diagram of a set of fields, and these fields are set up in a diagonal orientation. The last time fields were set up in a diagonal orientation at competition was in the game Velocity Vortex. This could mean that the Package Mania game is played on a diagonal field, with 2 sets of drivers being on adjacent sides rather than opposite sides. This could also change up the way the game is played. What did you all think about this? Do you have any speculation about what this could mean?
Yeah, I saw this. I thought it was interesting. I think I was also looking at some of the stuff on like the Andy Mark pre-order and how there was like different sections of the field that were like sectioned off for like different like taped areas and things like that. So I think you're spot on with like the whole velocity vortex idea of like something in the center of the field that you can like. I don't think there'll be like specific alliance sides this year. Or next year. I'd be surprised if there was something like that.
So in Velocity Vortex, they did have the diagonal fields, but they did keep specific alliance sides. Do you think that's a possibility?
Yeah, I think so. But from what I remember from the Andy Mark, like the pictures, there was like corners that were taped off, but not like the whole field half and half. But I guess we won't really know until September.
Yeah, time to see. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's worth speculating too much because probably by the time you can figure it out, the game will be out anyways.
Yeah.
So just as another side note on the game manual part 1 hopefully should be coming out in the next upcoming weeks. So that'll give us some more insight into what the game is going to be.
Yeah, I'm excited to see especially what they say about judging in Game Manual 1 because, they really dropped the bombshell of the engineering portfolio last year in the Ultimate Goal Game Manual 1. So I'll see. It'll be exciting to see, how they change it and evolve it since this was just the first year they had the portfolio. On to our next headline. So on August 7th, about a week after MTI, KSS Robotics and Team 8581 are hosting an off-season ultimate goal competition in Ohio. If you're interested in competing, you can find the link in the FTC Discord or on the website kssrobotics.org/turtle. I know Ohio has some really strong teams this season with the likes of Quantum Leap, Sub-Zero, the Nuts, Bionic Tigers. I mean, the list goes on, and many more. So it should be really interesting to see if some of these teams compete, how they do. I know the Nuts and Quantum Leap are both going to MTI, so their robots should be ready and prepped for a competition just a week later. Hopefully it's not too far from them.
Hey, one thing I want to step in and say, too, is also before our next show, the Chicago Robotics Invitational will also be happening as well, too, with Nathan helping run that. They got an interesting list of teams with 3 teams from Romania coming in, actually, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
So excited to see that as well.
Yeah, I don't know if Romania held any competitions. I didn't see any virtual competitions for them this year. So glad that those teams are going to get to compete. I know there's Romanian teams also coming to MTI, which is going to be a blast. So a lot of international teams coming into the U.S. Hopefully they can do it all safely and make it a great trip for them.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. So on to our next headline. The competition season has been winding down, which means the CAD Challenge season has winded up. So this season has been longer as usual, so we might not see as many CAD Challenges, but this one is from Team 16537 Larger Coyote, held over the course of a week with 2 days for the judging and featuring a very unique FTC Plus division, which is going to allow like 3 rev hubs and a 24-inch sizing cube. So there's a signed-up form on the Discord server. You can contact Michael from Team 16537 on the FTC Discord for more information. Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, this was the team that had the bagel shot in their Fun Reveal Night video. So definitely a great team. I'm sure they'll have a fantastic CAD Challenge planned.
Yep, more bagel. All right, and now on to probably the biggest news of this week. Earlier this week, the organizers of the MTI announced that the match schedule for MTI will be released live on FTC Recap on July 21st. We'll be breaking up interesting pair-ups, giving you a breakdown of what we're excited to see at the competition, and you're going to want to make sure to tune in for this because if you're strategizing with partners, if you want to make strategies, autonomous programs ahead of time, you'll be able to see your alliance partners there. You can start communicating with them immediately and get to work. It's going to be really exciting to see it. The organizers have decided to release it early because there's not going to be as many pits. So I highly recommend tuning in to next week, 2 weeks show. That way you can take a look at those matches.
One other thing to add in, too, if you have an opportunity to either in the FTC server under the MTI discussion or on the Fun server, we'd love to hear your feedback on what you want to see at MTI from a production standpoint so we can try to make it the best show possible for you if you're watching it either live or over the webcast as well, too. So give us your feedback.
Yep, we've got a lot of great things planned. We were asking about, I think, camera angles, which is going to be great. So we'll get nice shots of the field. We've got some cool stuff planned out, and I'll let you tune in to come and see it.
We would like to thank our friends at Stryker for supporting this video. Stryker is looking for current and future FIRST alumni to join their internship program, and FIRST mentors who are looking for a great career with a company who actually supports their FIRST journey. Go to careers.stryker.com to learn more. You can also directly support Fun by joining Fun Nation. Click the join button, and just for a few bucks a month, you'll unlock special perks and directly support us so we can keep making great content. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on our new videos. Keep the conversation going and provide your input to our content. Watch our live shows at twitch.tv/firstupdatesnow, join our Discord at discord.gg/firstupdatesnow, and check out Fun FTC on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and First Updates Now on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.